Hey everybody, Annette Dion here. It's time for Off the Ledge. It is Tuesday. It's voting day. Get out there and vote. Don't forget. I know it's easy to forget. It's Tuesday, November 4th, 2025. It's up to us to save our democracy. It's up to us to save our future. And that means each and every one of us. So let's keep our activism going. Let's keep our participation going. If anything, Donald Trump's behavior that's on full display for all of America to see is a motivating force for more and more people to get out there and make sure that he doesn't continue to just pummel this country like we're in a war. It is like that. And then he insult to injury, he just gloats. He just, look, now I'm going to have a great Gadsby party at Mar-a-Lago. Look, I'm going to stick it to you. Look, I'm going to pardon a very horrific crypto criminal, and I'm going to pretend that I don't know anything about it while I bash Biden and pretend that Biden didn't know what he was doing. Honestly, if you sat down and you wrote a list of all the heinous things that he has done, Donald Trump is the most historic, horrible criminal. One of the most horrible ever to have lived. And we are having to deal with this. And I can't think of anything that would be more motivating than how he's hurting we the people. The people that he supposedly swore an oath on that Bible that he supposedly reads. Yeah, right. He swore an oath. I didn't watch the inauguration. There are certain things that I just can't watch, especially if they're just spewing slime and negativity. But I have heard reportedly that he did not put his hand on the Bible. Oh my goodness. What doesn't kill us makes us stronger. Somebody said that once. It's making us stronger. Don't doubt that it's definitely making us stronger. It's definitely making the argument to oust this regime very strong. From Ernest today, we have, the title is Peace. And there's a line from the book of Samuel to start. Peace be both to thee, and peace be to thine house, and peace be unto all that thou hast. Nice. Phillips Brooks said that peace is the eternal harmony between the nature of anything and its circumference. House is a symbol of the physical body, and of that house not made with hands, eternal in the heavens. House is a symbol of any of the vehicles, bodies, or habitations of the soul on any or all planes. The Bible speaks of the house of bondage and the house of freedom. Symbolically, it tells us that we must come out of the land of Egypt, out of the house of bondage, that we must be led by the divine Spirit into that true home, which is heaven. Christ said that in my Father's house are many mansions. Today we permit our mental house to be at peace. We know that our true home is heaven and that the kingdom of heaven is at hand. Today we enter into this permanent home. We consciously move in and make our dwelling place in this house of peace and gladness. All right. Let's maintain a state of peacefulness. It's scientifically proven to affect the collective consciousness. I will repeat that. It's scientifically proven to affect the collective consciousness when you and I remain in a state of peacefulness in the midst of chaos. And that means when we feel ourselves flying off the rails, which is maybe to be expected in these really challenging times. That we just remind ourselves that our peace is the most important thing. In a certain way, it's a weapon against the evil. We combat evil with peacefulness. There's nothing weak about peace, just like there's nothing weak about universal love. They're the most powerful forces. And if you want to know more about that, you read Power versus Force. I have that book somewhere on my shelf. Read Power versus Force. It's an old book, but it's a good one. I have a forecast from Kathy Beale. Let's go. And we're getting ready for a full moon. I'm going to a full moon party, as I do every month. But it looks like, which is tonight, but the full moon hits tomorrow. I'm not sure. Oh, it hits, the full moon in Taurus hits tomorrow morning. That's why they're having the party tonight. Here we go.
This is Kathy Beale of EmpowermentUnlimited.net with Astro Insight for November 4th, 2025. Energy kicks in and how today, but watch out. There will probably be a surprise, a monkey wrench, a course correction. Use show me another way to look at this when it hits. An insight could actually be helpful and awakening for you, though, so be open to whatever happens. You might come up with a different and unexpected and actually a much easier way to do something. That's all for now.
So, bearing in mind that today's election day, this morning Kathy texted me that there were bomb threats in New Jersey, and they had to move the voting in some areas. This is what I have to say about that. We're in a new kind of climate in terms of our democracy. In Russia, elections are a joke. In fascist regimes and dictatorships, if they have elections at all, just because they're pretending that they care, that they're for the people, and they want to paint a picture of, look, people love us, so they actually force you to vote for the dictator if they have elections. That's what happens in Vladimir Putin's Russia. That's what happens there. So I just want to mention that we're in a new environment in terms of our democracy. And it is this: expect them to be committing crimes. Expect the enemy within, the enemies within, which are MAGA, even though Dumpy keeps trying to tell us that it's the American people that are for democracy. Anyway, expect disruptions, because that's where we are, okay? I mean, it's so unfortunate that that's where we are, but we're in a time of not pretending the enemy isn't there, of facing the enemy, which is a much more powerful position than when the enemy is hidden and you're just like, oh, well, we'll see what happens. Much more powerful position when we see the enemy, when we see their tactics, when we see their crimes, when they're putting them on full display. So the fact that bomb threats were called in to, I almost said Georgia, because it's reminiscent of what happened in the presidential election last year. I am not surprised that bomb threats are being called into New Jersey. Nothing about that is making me go, oh my God, right? Is it making you do that? No. Because we know the enemy now. We know what we're dealing with. And that's what puts us in the most powerful position ever, because we can't be in denial and nobody else can be in denial when it's right in front of us. And the truth is even breaking through mainstream media, as furious as we are at mainstream media. Know thy enemy. And that's how we become more powerful, is we don't pretend it's not happening. We're not into denial here. We're into the truth, because we can handle the truth, right? They think we can't handle the truth. The truth is, when we fight back, we win. Sometimes it takes a while. All right, so keep your power. Full moon in Taurus. Okay, that's on Wednesday morning. Tomorrow morning, my moon's in Taurus. It's a power day. Yeah, and that's where it is right now. Mars goes into Sagittarius. Wow. I'm just thinking about how that's probably hitting my chart personally. Pretty powerful. Okay, 3 cards. Check in with Kathy Beal, EmpowermentUnlimited.net, to find out how this full moon affects your astrology chart. It's a really great way to navigate through life. You know, let's use what we have, what's available to us. And for some reason, thinking about astrology just brought me into this awareness that I have that's true, that we are a human civilization that's always looked to the stars and astrology to guide us, right? Last night I was watching a documentary about ancient history and Egypt. And are you all aware that the largest museum in the world has just been completed? I don't know exactly when it was completed, but they worked on it for like 25 years, around the clock, 24/7 for about 20 plus years. And it houses all the Egyptian artifacts that they've dug up, and it faces the pyramids. Check it out. I think it might have been the History Channel. I mean, I was just awestruck. So let's think about that the depth of our understanding as human beings, even if it's a subconscious understanding, that we can access energetic power. And you access energetic power when you learn more about astrology. It's not fake. The cards for today, clinging to the past. Okay, so what I was just talking about earlier about, we have to understand that we are not in a time where democracy functions normally. So that almost, to me, makes me think about a ballot box. This is a time to go into the silence to find our power. Remember, the point of our most power is our peacefulness and friendliness. I think that everyone in the United States on board with, we're doing what we can to save democracy. We're kind of symbolically or metaphorically speaking, we're holding hands with one another. We can knock out fascism. Let's do it. We have it. We can't expect a perfect ride there. You know, so let's make our expectations more realistic. They're going to be pulling out all their dirty tricks. Know thy enemy. Okay, we'll see you soon. I'll do a PNN later and I'll upload it. And please watch a Church of Spirituality from Sunday and do the guided meditations from Thursday nights. Become a member and you have access to all the goodies here. And psychicandetdion.com to book a reading. And I'll see you soon. Namaste.